Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the open book. This is your host, Lakeisha. Come on into the building. I hope everyone had a fantastic Wednesday today. I know I had a great day today. I really did. I even got home and cooked. Look, while watching things taking place on YouTube today, okay, when I got home. And I said, now, let me not let YouTube mess up a happy home. So, y'all, what did I do? I took the laptop into the kitchen. Oh, my goodness, y'all. But it has been a day today. Those of you this morning, every morning I do my morning lives. And those of you who were on this morning, the title was Clocking It. And I don't know if y'all remember, but during that particular live, one of my sisters, Lolo, she reminded me, y'all, and I be thinking sometimes she's not listening, but she's actually paying attention. She's actually listening. And she reminded me that, because I'm telling y'all, when God just gives a word, I just flow with it. But the part about friendships being tested, right? And that is something that a lot of us will go through. I know I've even been friends with someone, a couple of people, and things just didn't work out. We had known each other for a long time, and then it's almost like we kind of grew apart. And a part of me um went through like a grief process. I don't know if you've ever had to grieve a friendship. It is so hard, especially when y'all were so close, knew a lot about each other and so forth. But the season for it was up. And I used the example that you don't want to hold on to something past its expiration date, similar to like milk. Okay. When you have milk and you leave it in the refrigerator past that expiration date, it starts to look different, smell different, definitely will taste different. So if it's the season to let a friendship go, okay, let it go. Now, does that mean that it will always be that way? Not necessarily, because I've even had times where for a season, a friend of mine, we may not have talked, and like I said, not always anything negative or bad, but then life may be full circle, and then you get close again. Okay, that there's a purpose in the timing of that reconciliation, and so things will be tested. God tests our faith. Our friendships will be tested. It's okay when everything is going good. We going here doing this, we sharing our deep secrets with one another, laughing and talking. But what happens when that friendship is tested? Are we going to push through and work it out? Or are we just going to say, you know what, forget it? I don't care. I don't care if we've been friends for 20 years. Bye. Bye. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Okay. It's inevitable. We're humans. We have emotions. Things happen in life. And a lot of times there's a process to um, keep that going. Okay. We have to learn how to communicate. We have to learn how to agree to disagree. It's okay. We're not going to always agree with our friends. We're not. Now, another thing that I had talked about, I think it was this week or the end of last week, was being aware and careful of wolves in sheep's clothing. Okay, now God always confirms his word. So I was scrolling through YouTube tonight and I came across Trigger Preacher's post. You know, follow her, subscribe to Trigger Preacher. She is a powerful woman of God. Um, and she shared a post and I want to read it. It's on her community wall. She did it 15 minutes ago. Well, right now it's August 21st, 9:23. So if you're watching a replay, this may be a little different. It says, all right, y'all, let's get real for a second. The Bible breaks it down plain and simple what a real friend is and how to spot a wolf in sheep's clothing. A true friend, they're loyal, they lift you up when you're down, and they stick closer than a brother. But a wolf, oh, they talk sweet, okay? They act nice, but their intentions are dangerous, lurking right beneath the surface. Jesus warned us in Matthew 7:15, watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. Don't get fooled by the smooth talkers. Come on now. A real friend sharpens you, pushes you closer to God, and is there when it counts. So here's the takeaway: test your friendships. Come on now. Are they helping you grow in Christ, or are they just feeding you lies? Stay prayed up and always seek God, God's wisdom to see through the mask. Remember, a wolf in sheep's clothing might look harmless. Come on. But their goal is to tear you apart. Stay sharp, stay vigilant, and keep God first in all you do. Y'all, that part right there, when she said, remember, a wolf in sheep's clothing might look harmless, but their goal is to tear you apart. Whoo! Use your discernment. Use God's wisdom on which relationships, which friendships are truly for you. I believe that every friendship goes through those tests. And it's good for it to be tested, to be honest, because you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that, yeah, this one here, this is a real one. Okay. This is a real one. Hold on one second, y'all. And so this evening, I was on my way home and I saw that Superfans had a live scheduled. And so I was excited because I saw the title and the picture and I was excited. I'm like, okay. But when I hopped on there and they got into the conversation, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all of this was going to go down. Where the ladies were having a disagreement um, and, you know, going through some raw emotions publicly. Now, it was hard to watch. It broke my heart. And of course, I was probably, well, did I say it? I don't know if I said this part, but a lot of people in the chat were like, no, log off, don't do this, call each other and all of this. But they didn't. And you know what? I'm glad they didn't. Because we needed to see this, okay, in action of how friendships go through tests. And Not only did we get to see the raw emotion, but we saw how it built up and then it came out. Things just came out and exploded. But then there was room and opportunity for understanding, for healing, for them to have a real, authentic conversation about what they were feeling and thinking. Okay. Not assuming, because sometimes assumptions get us in trouble. Okay. And I remember this made me think about something too. I used to be an instructional specialist at a different campus for a different district. And hold on 1 second. And so I remember going to a training and they were teaching us how to help teachers grow. Okay. Because even the veteran teachers, everyone has opportunity to grow. And so I remember one of the trainers, she said, you know what is going to end up happening as you go through this process with your teachers at the beginning of the year and you start working with them, you're going to come to a point where you're going to get some resistance, where they're going to get upset. They're not going to agree with you. They may feel like they don't want you to help them. And the lady said, at that point, keep going because now they've reached a point of growth. Okay, what is about to happen after that is the point of growth. And I was like, man, because now you're beyond your comfort zone. You're beyond doing something that you thought you wouldn't do. And so in that moment where things were really, really heated, it opened up the door for growth, for healing, and for a possible reconciliation of their friendship. And we got to see that in action. And my thing is, at the end of that live, I was like, I'm sensing a group hug coming. I'm sensing it. I can feel it because y'all will be amazed at the different like grade levels that I've had to bring students into the hallway. Okay, to talk through. He said this, and she won't leave me alone, and da 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 da. Okay, so let's talk it through. What happened? I let each one of them share what happened. Okay, and by the time we get through talking, we've now reached a resolution or some type of peace in this situation. Are we at a point of hugging? Can we do a group hug and move on with life? Okay, because y'all, the reality of it is life is short. It's too short, y'all. And it's been a lot of drama, a lot of nasty things being said and done. But life is short. And you don't want to lose, if you have a true friend, you don't want to lose that. It's rare. It's rare to have someone loyal to you. It's rare to have someone that you can call and they can help you feel better. Okay. They'll listen to you or help you when you need financial assistance. It's rare. It's rare to have someone that you're going through, and then all of a sudden, you're like, I don't know where else to go, and they help you and don't tell anyone. Come on now. That's rare. So don't think it's strange if your friendship is tested. I personally have very few that I consider like a true friend that we've been through the test of time. Okay. Because for one, I was saying this morning, I'm more of an introvert and I don't run it with a lot of people. I don't. That's just been my whole life. Um, and then sometimes God seems like he won't even allow that at times, or almost like a protective shield around me. But what's funny, I'm a people's person. I love to make people laugh and smile. But as far as close to me, very rare. If you think about Jesus, he had 12 disciples, but there were three in his inner circle that he allowed to see him. When he went to the Garden of Gethsemane and he was just to the point of, I don't want to do this. He was sweating and nervous, and only a few people really saw that part. And they covered him. They didn't go out telling everybody, what was going on in that vulnerable moment. They covered him. Are we covering our friends? Are we covering the things that they tell us and share? Or do we go out and tell the next person, don't tell anybody? No, let's cover each other. And so a special shout out to super fans, Mina, TC, and Queen Step. I love each and every one of you. And I was praying that you all came to some type of agreement, because guess what? We can't tell y'all how to feel. Your experience is your experience. Your feelings are your feelings. So we have to, as the people that were in the chat, have to step back and let y'all handle that and get that out. And I'm glad that y'all did that. It was such an example, because some of us have stood on the sidelines the past few weeks and watching this in action, missing seeing all of you together. But we understand things do happen. Things do happen. But that was very commendable, because what you could have done is you could have cut off the live. But you went through and set the example of, this is how you go through a tested friendship. And this is how you overcome and get back to a place of peace and reconciliation. Shout out to you. And so those of you who are possibly going through a friendship test, hey, you'll get through it. Pray about it. Trust God. Speak to him about it. Like, God, is this a friendship for me? Am I wasting my time going through this for nothing? And sometimes we're going through stuff and we're expecting our friends to be there. And we have to consider and give grace, because we never know if our friends are going through things of their own. That's why it's important to have grace for others and to express how you feel, how you truly feel. I know I'm not a confrontational person. I like peace, and I try to think of how to say things without hurting other people's feelings. But sometimes you have to have the hard conversations. And I remember this was probably about 2 or 3 years ago, when I had first started working at my job, the one I was telling y'all about. And I shared an office. Like, I had my own office, but there was a big room in between, and then the other specialist had her office across from there. And I remember, like, I would be in my office space and she would just come in and want me to do stuff. And I'm like, do you not see me working on stuff? She was just like not asking me, are you busy right now? Or, anything like that. And she kept on doing it. Y'all, I had reached a boiling point and I just could not go any further. So I say, let's have a conversation. Can we talk about something for a second? And I was nervous because I'm like, here's the hard conversation. And I explained to her that I just felt like she didn't regard my time. And if it's okay, like, could she kind of ask me, am I busy or working on something first, before assuming that I'm always available? And when I tell y'all that one conversation changed everything, we became the best of friends. To this day, we're still friends. And we talked about God throughout the year. And we worked together for 3 years. And anytime each of us had a problem, I mean, we would be talking about all kind of stuff. And I appreciated that. Now we no longer work together, so that was during that season. However, we call and talk to each other every now and then, but my friendship was tested. It was tested before it could get to that level. So it's okay if you're going through a friendship test. It's okay. We all go through those. But it's how you come out. Also, determine if it's a friend that's a sheep or a friend that's a wolf disguised as a sheep. Because people can only play for so long. I remember my mom used to tell me a tiger can hide his stripes only for so long. And then the real them is going to be revealed. Be open to when God shows you something. And I know we were joking today with the clock it. Clock that. Okay. Clock it. Because he's showing you that for a reason. This is how your discernment starts to kick in. Don't ignore the signs. He will reveal the wolves. Get past the niceness and the smiling and trying to make you because baby, you can watch how people slither and move. And I said slither. Okay. Just pay attention. They'll reveal themselves. And then you'll be thankful, like, whoo, thank you, Lord. You saved me from a wolf, not a sheep. But I pray for everyone that has gone through a tested friendship, anyone going through one right now. I pray for the ladies of Superfan that you guys will work through all of that and be healed. If there's any possible reconciliation, I pray for that as well. I pray for peace to be still in these YouTube streets. But every time I say that, y'all, it seems like the enemy, like, let's rev it up. Oh my goodness. Lord, we need a double portion. Okay. So I'm just like, it's just a lot. It's a lot. But I just had to say that. Superfan, bravo. When I tell y'all, and I love how I think Queen Step said at the end, she said, this is the other side to Superfan. We saw one side, but this is the other side. Now imagine how much stronger and powerful they'll be as a unit after going through this test. Okay, it makes you stronger. Y'all, that thing blessed me today to see that in action. I was smiling after that live. And I know I can joke with them. I was trying to make them laugh in the chat. Because I know that it, from the outside looking in, it really seemed like those ladies love each other. And that was just a powerful example that y'all set today. But y'all, thank you so much for joining today. Thank you for being a part of this premiere. I pray that God will bless you all. If you would like to send a super sticker, super chat, you can hit the $ at the bottom, or scrolling on the screen are other ways that you can tip the host. But I love you, and I pray that y'all have a blessed evening. Until next time, bye-bye. And don't forget to hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, click the subscribe and the bell, because you never know when I'm going to go live. Have a great night. Bye-bye.